How well does the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 perform here on the 1000 PS best lap test track? The answer is in this video for you. Yes, the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 is a touring-oriented cruiser, a bike you would normally use to glide smoothly through corners. But at 1000 PS, both rider and machine are really put to the test. Today, the asphalt temperature is 40 degrees Celsius. The sun is mercilessly beating down on my forehead, or rather on my stylish carbon helmet. And the Shotgun 650 is being pushed outside of its intended purpose. But still, it makes sense for us to do this for you, because in this intense setup, you quickly realize the technological framework that surrounds this motorcycle. Where are the technical limits? How well can this bike keep up with similar motorcycles or even with other types like naked bikes? And do not worry, the bike is not being mistreated in any way. It is protected by the scraper pegs on the footrests. So the scraping noises you will hear in the test lap video, those all come from these scraper pegs. The lean angle clearance is good for the class this motorcycle belongs to. Of course, compared to naked bikes, it is not as good, but I think for the people interested in this bike, it is perfectly fine and fits the purpose. When you start riding the bike, the first impression is that it has a comfortable upright seating position. At the same time, the seating position gives you good control over the motorcycle. You are not just slouching passively in the saddle like a passenger. Instead, you can actively engage with the ride. And the engine is also responsive to the throttle. Now, engines like this, with air cooling and air oil cooling, do not have high rev limits. But what really works in its favor is that you get a clear sense of where you are in the torque curve. That means you instinctively ride it in the sweet spot, where it feels most comfortable. You never hit the rev limiter, because the engine has a nice full-bodied torque curve in the lower and mid-range. It has good throttle response, and that makes it a pleasure to ride. You can pick up speed, ride with a sporty touch, and never feel the need to push the engine to its limits or make it scream at high revs. It feels balanced, sensible, and at the same time, a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed the lap with this engine, even though it is a very classic power unit. The suspension components are decent. I would say they are definitely better than what you find on other cruiser motorcycles. It leans a bit toward the retro category, but it is not overly soft. It does not feel like a rocking horse. Instead, you get good feedback from the bike, so you always know what is happening beneath you. But where it starts to reach its limits, there are two key factors. One is the lean angle clearance, and the other is the ABS, which kicks in quite frequently So in braking zones, you need to keep some extra reserves in mind. Strangely enough, this bike has very agile handling, which is surprising because it looks like a lazy, laid-back cruiser. But I have to say, that is absolutely not the case. This is a nimble, playful motorcycle, one that you can easily flick through tight corners and really enjoy riding. Of course, it is only limited by the physical constraints that come with its design concept. Overall, I think it delivers a positive impression. And when I sit on the bike and take a look at its components, I cannot help but think, hey, this is a cool machine, a beautiful motorcycle. I am curious to see where it ranks. I actually believe it can leave some of the established players in the cruiser segment behind. I also think it is pushing quite close to the retro category. Excited to see how it performs, the Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 in our best lap leaderboard.